So, guys, today we're going to talk about what's happening in your business with COVID right now. Because I don't know about you, but we're getting different requests. Greg, what's going on with you? Are you getting different requests?
I daily am getting lots of requests from people to do things, figuring out what they're doing through all of this, how they're handling, things that they're changing, things that they need to do to be compliant with, everything that the government's setting out with social distancing. And some are closing and some are staying open appointment only. And yeah, there's a huge range of what's going on with a lot of the customers that I have.
Now, because you work mainly on websites and stuff, are you seeing people put like banners up on their websites saying what they're doing or anything like that?
Yeah, sometimes it's a banner, sometimes it's just a full page that we're having with a COVID-19 statement, and then from the home page we're just saying read our statement and linking to it. It just depends what the site is and if they want it straight on the home page or if they want it a little bit more subtle but have it on there for people to see.
Yeah.
There's a couple different ways that it can be done.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. David's here too. Hey, David. Glad you're here. We are your people, my friend. um, yeah. So we're seeing over here, people are trying to change their hours on Google My Business and um, to show that they're closed and they don't have an option sometimes. Oh, you gotta like my my sunshine through the window. But so people are. I have a wonderful client, and they did something great. They made sure that they were only open for 1 minute. And there's a little triangle that shows up in red that says, hours changed due to COVID. So that was really interesting. We're also seeing a lot of nefarious behavior in Google of people trying to rank for things in COVID, selling products. So Google's made some rules about that now.
Mm.
You can't advertise like, you know, this clothing will help with COVID or whatever. There's a lot of different things going on in your business, guys. What's going on for you? We want to know. Um, Lauren is doing live classes via Zoom. Mm, just talk about that Zoom thing. So a lot more online meetings, right? Uh, are you're doing more online meetings too?
Yeah, I don't do a ton of meetings, and if I do, typically it's just a phone call. But if I have a new customer, typically I do go out and visit new customers, talk about what they want to do, and figure out if it's a right match for me to do the work for them, that type of stuff. And I would do that now over Zoom or even a Facebook. If they have Facebook, we can do a Facebook video,
Mm-hmm.
Skype,
Right.
and any of them really.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yes, David saying Zoom had problems. Is it resolved? Zoom's having more people than ever use Zoom, so things that are coming up are security issues. Fine details of their terms and conditions have come to light. They do data mining and share it with LinkedIn, and they have a deal. And so I actually posted that in my live this morning. So that was really interesting. So just be aware of what you're using. Take the time to read those T's and C's, no matter how boring they are, and make your own personal choice. I don't see a big deal if they're sharing they're matching my LinkedIn profile to Zoom. But I'm sure other things will come to light. They are being sued right now, so that's interesting. Google Hangouts is pretty secure. Skype, a lot of people using Skype. So on the phone, there's actually something called House Party, which people are using. So Gwen is saying she's studying lots of studying and more calls getting scheduled on Zoom. Yeah, so I don't know. I went to a meetup on Zoom, which was really interesting because I could never get to some meetups before. And it's really interesting meeting new people this way. So I'm actually trying to make new friends online.
Hmm.
from the comfort of my home. What is the best alternative to Zoom? Lauren's asking. What do you think, Greg?
Well, it really depends. Like Zoom, you can do like quite a few people in there. So, I mean, if you're trying to just do one-on-one stuff, I would say Skype is probably the easiest alternative. Um, if you're trying to do something more, have I see in Skype they do have a new thing where you can have three people. You could always have more, um,
Yeah.
but they basically all have to be. It's not as easy as Zoom is, right? Because Zoom, you don't have to actually have an account, whereas Skype you do actually need to have an account. Although I did see something new in my Skype about having more people,
Mm,
and I'm wondering if because of what's gone on, they've maybe changed
yeah.
slightly to be more like a Zoom where you possibly don't have an account. I would have to look into that, but I did notice that this morning.
Lauren is saying five people. Uh, I think that's in Skype. So yeah, Skype. Google Hangouts is really good too. I mean, a little cumbersome. The best thing about Zoom is how you share a screen. Skype is not so great. Facebook Messenger, you can't. Facebook Messenger. So here's the thing about social media right now is what's getting the hot action in social, because social's like there's so many more people online right now, and Messenger, WhatsApp. I like saying it like that, Greg.
Was that?
Stop. Um, and so all the dark social, as they call it, the one-on-one interactions happening more in there. Greg and I, we do chats in Messenger. I don't know if you guys have tried it. There's video chatting capability. Gemma's here. Aaron's here. And there was somebody, Peter. Hey guys, glad you joined us. Um, so we
I remember we actually started Geek Speak on Google Hangouts,
we did.
and I thought Google Hangouts didn't exist anymore.
Oh no.
Because when Google Plus went away, I thought Hangouts was sort of integrated with Google Plus and that stuff. So I thought it went away. But I recently had a request to do a Hangout. And so it kind of shocked me, like, oh, this is still around? I didn't know. And so I looked into it, and I don't know if anybody can do a Hangout or not. Is that the case? Because I know there's a couple of things that you need a G Suite account to actually do,
Mm,
like chat rooms, and I didn't know if Google Hangouts was part of that, or if you wanted to do multiple people in a Hangout, you actually had to have a G Suite account. Do you know?
I don't, and now I'm gonna go dig in. So, guys, dig in too. We have Hallie, and Jessica. Hey, guys. I totally need to connect with you guys, back end of things, and chat about what you guys are doing in your groups. So, Greg and I really wanted to get on here today to talk about all that's going on and things we can do. Like the news is hard, right? And business is a challenge. And, we need to not be blockbuster. We need to pivot and move and think out of the box. And so, couple things Greg and I came up with, and I'd love to hear what you guys have come up with for yourselves. But things like offering different services. That's one option. So things we can do, like, for instance, we over here, we mainly focus on search engine optimization, pay-per-click advertising. We do Shopify websites, but we are now moving more into that realm because my partner in crime, Hat and Love, has some solid skills there. And although we built them, we never really advertised that we're doing that. So we're starting to help brick and mortars move their services to an online platform. um, Other things people can do, Greg, we were talking about going the extra mile for people, and I know you're doing a lot of that, right?
Yeah, something I've been considering is talking to, because right now I feel maybe a good opportunity for some of my clients to do like a web refresh,
Mm-hmm.
because either their business is closed down temporarily until this blows over, or they're at a lesser capacity but have more time to dedicate to that stuff. So I've considered talking to select clients that may or have possibly expressed interest in the past to maybe do a couple of web refreshes and work with them to do that now, since they might have more time and since maybe there's less people or maybe nobody really going to the site because they're closed up for the time being. And then as well, because they're not really working, potentially if they would have difficulty in payment, come up with some type of payment plan, or even potentially work with them to put it off until their business is back up and running. So it's me providing what I do to them, but working with them to basically accommodate the things that they might want to do but can't can't pay right now, and that type of thing. So it's just a creative way for me to be helping my businesses for one, and assist them in getting through this time, but do something for them.
Yeah. I'd love to know what Haley is doing. I love that, Greg. Haley, as I said, I'd love to know what you're doing. I know Jessica's offering, like I saw Jessica's doing a great thing with movie night for kids online. So, we have to build communication on here, and we all have some solid skills. The thing is, people used to walk by stores, and that's how they went into them, and that's how they purchased, and they weren't just looking online. But now more and more people are going to be looking online, so it's kind of like, got to think of it like your business is on a highway, and the back alleys may be Facebook, and the highway is Google. And like, how can you drive people to your services, and what kind of services can you offer at this time? Because people are thinking differently, they're buying differently, they're searching differently, even, right? Facebook's interesting because they don't have real advertising in Facebook groups or in Messenger at this point. So, we'll see if that comes along. Um, I love the going the extra mile, Greg. We've been doing that too. And the opportunities are endless now, right? If you wanted to learn something, you could, if somebody's looking for some help somewhere, you could offer that. I know that counseling service is giving free counseling here in Canada online. So that's pretty interesting. Um, I like what Lauren's saying, the challenge to help you play with your dog and train them at the same time. Doing online dog training. Now that's pretty, for
Hmm.
working. I love that.
How do you get the dog to sit in front of the screen and watch you?
Well, I think you're talking owner.
I know. I'm kidding.
Right. My phone, of course, rings all the time now through my lives, maybe because I'm on here so much. So there's looking for opportunity versus money. That's a big one, right? That's what I was talking about, like, helping people learn too. We all have skills to help educate other people, and we're all well ahead of some people. We know that video is going to be more important than ever. Well, here we are. And
Yeah, and this I see in this section we've talked about going the extra mile, and you just mentioned looking for opportunity versus money, and the first one, I don't know, did you mention, we didn't really go into much detail about offering different services or coming up with creative ways, like to redefine what you're doing and offer that redefined service to your customer base, because there may be more potential online because we can't, get together physically anymore. So,
mhm,
um,
I did.
it's going to be different for whatever your business is. I know most of the people that are in this group are probably service based. So, um,
Yeah.
but again, who knows what type of things they provide, but just come up with different ways that you can provide your service or alternate services, adapt to this changing environment.
Yeah, a great way is to listen to the questions that are being asked online, right? Going over to Google Trends, looking what people are searching for. For instance, say you're a plumber or a roofer, right? These are services that people are going to need, but are people still going to be thinking about, renovating their kitchen and then needing a plumber? Maybe not, but they are going to have a leaky faucet, or something they need fixing. So focusing on that angle, um, and just looking at what's going on with your customers or your clients, and then adjusting. For instance, that's why we're doing the Shopify stuff. It's just going to work better. A lot more businesses are going to be going online and need a platform and a payment processing system and things like that. And so that's one of the angles we're using. Things are changing day to day, and so everything is overwhelming, and sometimes it's hard to think out of the box. But we got to think about things like pairing sales with marketing. More than ever, nobody wants a hard sale. Nobody wants to spend 200 extra dollars or 1,000 extra dollars on things right now, because they're thinking in the future. They're thinking, will I have this money later? Right? So it's not a hard sell. There's nothing about hard selling now, right? This is about top funnel stuff, getting people out there, getting yourself out there to get known, versus pitching and selling. Word of mouth works really well. Make sure you're telling your customers, hey, if you know anybody that you could recommend me to, that's a great thing to do right now too. Um, you know, the shifting online with online sales is going to be a really where things are going. I think we've all seen that Amazon is having issues with their people striking soon. So smaller businesses, e-commerce, all gonna grow, right? So we got to think, where are things growing? What are people doing and what's growing? Greg, are you seeing different things growing and other things shrinking?
Yeah, well, like I said at the beginning, I have a huge array of different clients, and some are, stopping their business through this, and some are actually very busy. And one example is a company that I have dealt with for over 10 years. They've had a website and they do online sales, and they have a physical store here in Greater Vancouver. And they most of their online sales were people who were not in their area, right? People who couldn't come to the store. Whereas now, through all of this, they've basically put out a statement on their site to let people know they will allow people in the store, but only one customer at a time.
Mm.
So while they're still operating, only one customer will be allowed, and they're encouraging everybody to buy online and come to the back parking lot, call the store to pick up their order, and someone will run it out to their car. So while their business has not really changed, they're getting as much as they would have before, but it's almost completely through the website now because they've told everybody order, and when you're here to pick up what you want, call the store and we'll run it out to you. So their process, they basically adapted to what's going on here to continue serving their customers with very little impact to their sales, but they've just completely reorganized how they fulfill all of their orders.
I really like that. We have to take our cat to the vet because he's got a thyroid issue, and they're getting people to park, and they come out and get your animal. You don't go in, it's barred, right? Which is just a small difference. It's similar to the furniture store. So people, even though people like me are pulling back on expenses, other people, like, life still goes on. We still have to buy food. We still might need furniture. People need things still. So, um, thinking like this is a really good idea, and helping your customers, your friends, other people think like this. Like, this is not going away quickly. We all know that a little bit. It sucks to say, um, and this is a time like David right now is saying he's offering the Hero Tour for free. So, Greg, we've seen a lot of things for free online, which is great. You know, I'm not saying give away your services for free because you also have to eat, right? But there's a lot of things you can learn right now and direct your customers to learn. You know, it's a great thing to be able to learn to do like your own search engine optimization, your own pay-per-click advertising, stuff like that.
Yeah, I want to speak to that just quickly because there is a lot of people offering things for free, services for free, and stuff like that, and it's very difficult to dial that back after things get back to normal when people get used to getting things for free. So what I would suggest to people is to provide a smaller version or select things for free. And that's a way to continue being in people's minds, in front of people and for them to remember you, but not give away everything that you do because this is what you do to make a living, right? So if you're just giving it away, that's really not a great thing to do. So try to come up with just a smaller, free sample of something, make those connections online. And then when this gets back to normal, those people that you might have given something, a small piece of it for free, may come back and, because they liked that offer, may end up, actually buying something when this is all said and done.
Right there, we next week, guys, we're talking about running good sales and discount strategies, which should be really interesting. We'll speak a lot to that next week. It's kind of cool and fits right into this because, as Greg said, it's way harder to pull back or have the expectation that people want to buy. Now, I get giving away free service. I've been told actually I give away too much. I give away too much free information, and the reality is we don't want to starve. And although we can give away the bank, maybe we should step it back a little and think about different ways to discount and offer smaller versions. A lot of people, for if you're in an online industry, would offer a part of a course for free or a mini course, right? Ooh, or you can give a discount.
Yeah.
Lorna saying, yeah, these are great ideas. So there's a lot now. Oh, I have to reopen my little list. The thing I wanted to dig into before we leave is the combination of sales and marketing. Let me first say hi to Kelly and Zilla. Hi, guys. Glad you're here too. So we are talking about different strategies for the dealing with what's going on in our business, and sales and marketing has never been tied more together than it is now. So if you're a business owner and you're thinking on pulling back in your marketing or advertising, yes, Google ads are cheaper, Facebook ads are cheaper. Um, that's not to say go spend a lot of money, but there is opportunity there to, you know, do the top of the funnel, right? Collect email addresses, do a free webinar to collect email addresses, get your lists filled. It's all about, and not even just like get online and introduce yourself. Live videos are a hit right now. People want to learn anything they can from people for help. There's ideas everywhere. We all know, right, Greg? We know this, that in times of struggle comes the greatest creativity in our world, right?
Hmm.
Um, so, the more people you listen to and the more people you pay attention to, the more you'll learn. That being said, let's just talk about misinformation for a minute. Because I don't know about you, Greg, but I've been a little overwhelmed. Like, I just watched this thing about, hey, you should be wearing masks all the time. And then the government saying you shouldn't. And it's just a lot of information coming at you from different angles. And so you got to tune that out, right? So as a business owner, don't try to sell on this stuff, right? Like sell on people's fears, things like that. I really think that's really important. But yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies I think that are trying to take advantage of what's going on. And those are the ones where we all have to watch out now because they'll put out this misinformation in order to try to get you to buy something or subscribe to some service, or just also share whatever it is that they're trying to use to misinform people. So take everything with a grain of salt. Typically, your best bet is to go to government websites or reputable news outlets to get your information on things. And I wanted to speak quickly to before you were talking about where what to spend your money on for marketing, whether you're going to continue doing pay-per-click advertising or social media marketing. I think it really depends on what type of business you're in, the opportunities that present themselves right now. Because I look at the sheer number of people that are online now, and in social media, there's a huge opportunity to put more effort into your social media and things that you're putting out there, because there's so many more people online and looking at things, that you may have a good opportunity now to gain a lot more followers of your business. Now, I'm not saying go out and, try to sell your services to these people. I'm just trying to say up your level of activity on social media and sharing useful information or giving away little things in order to maybe boost that channel for your marketing in the future.
I
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and the paid advertising side, some businesses may want to completely stop because they can't do whatever their service is or provide whatever their service is, but there's others who may want to put more effort into their pay-per-click advertising because there's more eyeballs right now as well, and they can continue providing their service or products.
There's some crazy things going on with Google pay-per-click ads. We're seeing cost per click skyrocketing for some businesses. For instance, a tree felling company, the term tree felling is now went up $40 per click. I mean,
Hmm.
$100 service, and that's such a generic keyword. So maybe, you got to get really granular with this stuff. When I think Greg was talking about, you know, maybe doing some advertising, that does not mean trying to get Facebook page likes, guys. Like, that's still a vanity metric. The thing about it is, I don't know, there's a square. And in this square, I always talk, there's people with no money and no time. There's people with time and no money. There's people with money and no time. And there's people with no money and no time. Depends where you fall in those categories, what you're going to do. If you are a business owner and you don't have a lot of money, but you now have some time, yeah, start sharing on your personal profiles. Make sure that your business profile is set up correctly. Make sure that your personal profile has a link to your business profile, even a link to your Facebook group, things like that. Like, start, if you got the time, take the time and just go through all your settings, check things out, like start doing things, start doing more videos, start trying and getting out of that box and like making it a rectangle or a circle or something, right? I know, I got some weird quirks, but sales and marketing, as I said, they're tied like this now. And if you guys, anybody wants to get on a strategy session, we should start doing those, because I think they inspire more creativity, more brains make better choices sometimes, right? Right. Um, so we know that everybody's struggling, and one of the great things, Greg, I think about this group is that we're all from all around the world. We can all support each other and learn what's going on for each other. So my number one recommendation is to go make a new friend online, whether that means to comment on a post or to actually friend request somebody or to ask somebody to have a video meeting, right? This is the time to help other people get comfortable with this, and share your gifts of what you teach, how you inspire. Um, as everybody's saying, we're all in this together. So, and guess what, Greg? Guess what?
We're out of time.
We're out of time, guys. We love you, and we're gonna be here next week. same bat time. If you don't know, I'm going live every morning to, chat it up for a minute, 9 a.m. We also have the co-working hours, and we've also opened up the floor to posting anything you got anytime. Market yourself, like share your blog posts, share your friends' blog posts, share articles you're reading, share videos, all of that jazz, right? And go live in the group if you need a safe space to get some practice. So, Greg, I mentioned it. A few moments ago, but do
Yeah,
you know what we're talking about next week?
I believe it's running good sales and discount strategies.
Right? That's
Yeah.
interesting. So, not only do we have our own, but if you guys have ideas, please send us messages because we're going to come up with some new things that we think people can do, which will be really interesting. Jessica, guys, go back and read the comments today. There's some great stuff in there that I didn't get posted. Jessica's premiering her show tomorrow. She's doing some crazy, amazing things. I know Kelly was doing puppet stuff. I don't know if he started that again. I don't know if you guys know Zilla. She's an artist and she's doing some amazing things that can inspire people. So let's all build together. And the last but not least, Jessica recommended that it's a great time to recommend your friends and their services to others at any chance you get. Right? So thanks for joining us. Hey, Greg, don't get captured.
Make good choices.